join a new chapter that is under the title Learning to Speak. Okay? So open your books on page 31 على صفحة 31 على صفحة 31. Find it?
Yes.
Good. So I read and you follow me. Learning to speak. Okay? There is a wisdom beyond the picture saying learning never exhausts the mind. Turn the page on page 33 على صفحة 33. Again the title, Babies Prove Sound Learners by Amazon from Science News. It can be hard to know what newborns want. They cannot talk, walk, or even point out what they are thinking about. Yet, babies begin to develop language skills long before they begin speaking, according to recent research. And compared to adults, they develop these skills quickly. People have a tough time learning new languages as they grow older. But infants have the ability to learn any language, even fake ones, easily. For a long time, scientists have struggled to explain how such young children can learn the complicated grammatical rules and sounds required to communicate in words. Now, researchers are getting a better idea of what is happening in the brains of society's tiniest language learners. The insights might eventually help kids with learning disabilities as well as adults who want to learn new languages. The work might even help scientists who are trying to design computers that can communicate like people do. The brain of the baby is a new frontier, says Patricia Cole, co-director of the University of Washington's Institute for Learning and Brain Sciences. The learning process. For decades, scientists have debated how the brains of young children figure out how to communicate using language. With help from new technologies and research strategies, scientists are now finding that babies begin life with the ability to learn any language. By interacting with other people and using their superb listening and watching skills, they quickly master the specific languages they hear most often. The baby brain is really flexible, says Rebecca Combs, an experimental psychologist at the University of Arizona, Tucson. Babies cannot say much, but they are learning a lot. Cole's research, for example, suggests that the progression from bubbles like ga, ga to actual words like good morning begins with the ability to tell the difference between simple sounds, such as ga, ba, and da. Such studies show that, okay, turn the page, up to about 6 months of age, babies can recognize all the sounds that make up all the languages in the world. Their ability to do that shows that babies are prepared to learn any language, Coles says. That's why we call them citizens of the world. Okay, so finish here. Now who can read? Okay, let us start with, yes, lady. Okay, so read us from the beginning on page 31 على صفحة 30. Noor, your name? Yes, so follow your colleague Noor on page 31. Take a listen to her. Yes,
Learning to speak. Learning never exhausts the mind.
Turn the page on page 33.
Babies prove sound learners by Emily Song from Science News. It can be hard to know what neighbors want. They can't walk, talk, walk, or never ever even point at what they are thinking about. Yes, babies begin to develop language skills long before they begin speaking. According to recent research and compare
So
adults.
stop. The word after and on line 5. How can you pronounce it?
Compare
Okay, compare. Continue.
to adults. They develop these skills quickly. People have thought time learning new
Have what?
languages. Thought time.
Just a minute. So stop. Stop. It is over with you. Let us ask our colleagues. So the question for you all, except your colleague Noor, the word after have. After have on line 6. How can you pronounce it? How can you? Yes, Karim? Say it loudly to your colleague. So did you hear your colleague? What is it now? Now all the group say it loudly. Again, loudly. Very good. Continue.
Time learning new languages as they
What do you mean by tough? Just a minute, I'm sorry for the interruption. What do you mean by tough? What do you mean by tough? What about the others? Sian. Sian. Tough in English. What do you mean by tough?
Difficult.
Very good. Difficult. Or do you have another meaning? Hard. Very good. You can say hard. Asaf, you have another meaning? Okay, thank you very much. Yes, lady?
Harsh.
Harsh, very good. Harsh. Okay, you have another meaning? Descriptive, synonym? Amir?
Strict.
Strict, excellent. Yes, you can say. Yes. Continue.
But infants have the ability to learn any language, even fake ones, easily.
Okay, what do you mean by fake? What fake ones? Fake ones. Yes, lady?
Not real.
Okay, thank you very much. Excellent. What do you mean by infants? Infants on line 7. Amir? Babies. Yes, very good. Infants, it means babies. Okay, thank you very much. Lady, thank you very much. Good. So now who can continue? Hamad Yunus, continue please.
For long time, scientists have tried to
How what? How can you pronounce it?
strictly.
So stop, it's over with you. Let us ask your colleagues. So the question for you all, except your colleague Muhammad Yunus, how can you pronounce it? Ghazal,
Struggle.
say it loudly to your colleague.
Struggle.
Struggle.
What is it now? How can you pronounce it now?
Struggle.
Now all the groups?
Struggle.
All the groups?
Struggle.
Again? Cannot hear you.
Struggle.
Struggle.
Struggle. It is struggle.
Struggle.
Okay, now all the group? All the groups?
Struggle.
Okay, thank you very much.
Explain how such young children can learn to complete grammatical rules and sound required to communicate. In work, new research are getting better idea what happening in the brains of society. Tends language learning.
Just a minute. Again, على سطر 14. In the brains of the word after of, how can you pronounce it?
Society.
The word after is. Okay, so let us ask our colleagues. What about yes, lady?
Society.
The word after it. With the word after it.
Society.
The word after it. Okay, thank you very much. Let us see Amir. Again, the word after have the brains. Societies.
Tedious.
Okay, societies, tedious. So what is it now, Hamid?
Tedious.
Societies, tedious. Okay.
Society is tedious.
Okay, very good. Now all the groups say it loudly.
Society.
I said loudly.
Society is tedious.
Very good. Continue. What do you mean by tiniest? Hamid.
Little.
Little or yes. Very good. Smallest. Smallest. You can say little. Okay. Thank you very much. Continue, please.
Language learners, insights might eventually have.
Okay, just a minute. Let us ask your colleagues. What do you mean by insights? Do you know the difference between the words sight and insight? Is there any difference? Is there any difference between the two words? Hussein. Hussein. Is there any difference between the two words, sight and inside? Do you have any idea? Rusul.
Sight see يرى و inside
Again.
بصر وبصير.
In English.
Sight see
Okay.
and inside emotion.
No. Okay, not exactly. Kareem.
Sight mean see with your eyes.
Okay.
Inside, see with your mind.
Okay, thank you very much and excellent. So again, sight it means seeing with your own eyes. بصر. Inside it means seeing with your own mind. بصيرة. Okay, is that clear?
Yes.
That's good. Continue. اللي يقرأ كمل لنا.
Cats with learning disabilities as well as adults want their new language. The work might even help scientists who train to decision computer that communicate like people do. The brain of baby is a new frontier. She is Bright's called director of university Washington.
Okay, just a minute. Sorry for the interruption. We have the word direct. What do you mean by director? Director, it means? Yes, yes. Besides Karim, yes, lady. It means director, it means the manager. So, when we add the prefix co, does it still have the same meaning or different?
Different.
Is it still the same? It means manager or has different meaning? Yes?
No, it means butler.
Okay, no. So because of co, because of the prefix co, it has another meaning. It has a new meaning. So co adds to this word a new meaning. It is partner. Okay, thank you very much. Good. ليه نقدر نكمل لنا؟
It's stated for learning the brain sense, the learning process. For
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good. Hamad Yunus. Let us see others who can continue. The lady beside Noor. You cannot. Okay. The lady here. Yes, lady. Yes.
The learning process.
Very good.
For decades, scientists have debated.
Okay, just a minute. Sorry for the interruption. What do you mean by debated? What do you mean by debated?
Discussion.
What about the others? What do you mean by debated? Yes, lady. Discussed. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. ليه ده يقرأ يكمل؟
How the brains of young children figure out how to communicate using language with help from new
Technologies.
technologies and research scientists are now finding that babies begin life with the ability to learn any language.
Okay, thank you very much, lady. The lady beside you, continue, please. Yes.
With other people are using their sugar.
Okay, just a minute. Sorry for interruption. What do you mean by superb? What do you mean by superb on line 25? Yes, lady. Yes, enough. Okay, thank you very much. Excellent. It means wonderful. Okay, ليه يقرأ يكمل؟
Listening and watching skills. They quickly master the specific language they hear most of.
Thank you very much. The lady beside you, continue, please. You don't mind?
The baby brain is flexible.
Please raise your voice. Cannot hear you.
The baby brain is really flexible. Says Rebecca comes on experimental facilities.
Yes.
At the University of Amsterdam.
Okay. Okay.
Babies can say much, but they are learning a lot. Now, research, for example, suggests that the Rogers
That what? The word after what? How can you pronounce it? On line 30. You cannot? Okay, let us see your colleagues. So the question for you all, except your colleague, how can you pronounce the word after that? On line 30, على سطر 30, الكلمة اللي بعد that, how can you pronounce it? غسم.
Progression.
Say it loudly to your colleague.
Progression.
Did you hear her?
Progression.
Progression. Progression. So what is it now? So now all the group?
Progression.
Excellent, continue.
From
From bubbles. What do you mean by bubbles? Stop, just a minute. What do you mean by bubbles? Yes, lady? Bubbles, it means chat. Yes, excellent. Means chat. أنا بسامعين مرحلة المناغة اللي يمر بها الطفل لما بعض الكلمات تطلع من عنده كا This we call it in English bubbles. مرحلة المناغة. And the synonym of it chat. Yes. اللي دا يقرأ يكمل.
like got to actor words like actual like good morning begins with the ability to tell the difference between simple sounds.
Thank you very much. The lady beside you. Thank you very much, lady. Good. The lady beside you. Please continue if you don't mind.
Simple sounds say the on the should that
Turn the page on page 34.
all the sounds that make up all the lyrics. And there's ability to do that show that people
That what? The word after that, how can you pronounce it?
are
The word after that, how can you pronounce it? Yes, lady? Okay, excellent. Continue. Oh, okay. Just a minute. Just a minute. So this is over with you. This is over with you. Let us ask your colleagues. So okay. Prepare. Continue, please.
That we will call them
Yes?
system for them.
Wrong. So the question for you or except your colleague, the word on line 36. الكلمة اللي موجودة على سطر 36 اللي بعد كلمة بين. How can you pronounce it? Yes, lady. Say it loudly to your colleague. Say it loudly to your colleague.
Citizen.
You, ladies, say it loudly to your colleague. Okay, so what is it now? Now all the group? Excellent. Okay, thank you very much. So now, thank you very much, lady. So now I'm asking about the general idea. So take 5 minutes for consultation. Okay, 5 minutes for consultation. General idea of the passage that we read. Just 5 minutes. Let us start with Amir's team. Amir, so who's the spokeswoman or spokesman? Okay, Ghazal, the stage is yours. The students also are yours. So take a listen to your colleague Ghazal.
The paragraph talk about how can the the baby learn more than the young man. Baby's mind is like a white new paper. You can write in this paper what you want to get in the future. So you should be careful and give your attention for choosing the word when you speak in front of the baby, because he will save all the information and return to say it for you in the future. Before many weeks, I read the research about a Japanese scientist. They can give the baby the information about the primary school when they born. They make it by the medicine. You can, if you know this information, you will have a chance to create a clever baby by learning him a new thing in new language. When you learn him a new word and say it for him every day and repeat it, he will imitate you and say it every day, and he will never forget it for a long time. He will grow while know many languages in small age. Learning at a young age is like engraving on the stones. That's all.
Okay, thank you very much. Very excellent. So clap for Amir's team. Okay, thank you very much. Let us see this group. Okay. Who is the spokesman? Mohammed. Okay. So Mohammed, the stage is yours. The stage is yours. Take a listen to your colleague Mohammed. He will tell us his general idea.
Hi guys. It is very hard and difficult to communication with the baby, but you can remember the brain of the baby. You can fixable, and we can try with babies, but they develop the skills by develop another skills. And scientists show to make another ways to communication with baby, but by using language to develop the skills of baby, and the baby is very flexible, and we can remember what we say the Watson when we talk about the children. Give you 10 baby or children anything to make lawyer and teacher and thief and another words of the another words. That's it.
Okay, thank you very much. Very good. Thank you very much. Very good. So let us see Karim's group. Who is the spokesman or spokeswoman? Okay, Karim. So the stage is yours. So take a listen. Take a listen now to your colleague Karim. You will tell us the general idea of this team.
Our friends, actually, in this lecture, we are talking about the babies. We all know that when they are born, their brain are absolutely empty, so they can't speak, or no one of them have skills, so they can't understand us. But when they pass 2 years, they can speak and understand and actually say that some of them has skills. And the scientists never leave this, but many of them had a research for this. And one of those scientists is Watson. When he said, "Give me 10 children, I can make from them anything I want. I can make of them a teacher, and thief, and doctor, and scientist." So before I finish my speech, I want to say that if you want to build a development community, you should start with the children. I almost.
That's all. That's finished. Okay, thank you very much and excellent. So clap for Karim's team. Excellent round, excellent. Let us see this team. Okay, who is the spokeswoman of this team? Okay, team. So the stage is yours. The stage is yours. So take a listen now. Take a listen to your colleague Hussein. You will tell us the general idea of this team. Yes, Hussein.
Babies from beginning birth, they can experience between different things, beginning development skills after 6 months in the language and the movement. More the word at the best period in the mom dad. On the parents help baby in the refine skills symbol, for example, learning at small like engraving on the stone.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. Very good. Okay, let us see this group. Who is the spokeswoman of this group? Yes, lady. Noor. Start. The stage is yours. Take a listen to your colleague Noor. She will tell us the general idea of her team. Yes,
Hello
Noor.
guys, good morning. This paragraph talks about how to learn the language and pronunciation of the child, and growth of the language development of the child is the growth of the skills of expression and listening, and everything related to this aspect, and this plays an important role in children's ability to learn the language. There are several factors that affect and the development of language. Family level of intelligence and child sex. This child's linguistic development includes several stages, including the stage of development that begins in the first months of the child's life, and is an important stage for the child.
Okay, thank you very much. Lady, thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. Very good. So now, thank you very much for all the groups. Appreciated. Appreciated. So now we finished the first part of the article. Let us move to the second part of the article. Now again, open your books on page 34 as Find it? Yes. That's good. Okay, I read and you follow me. About 6,000 sounds make up the languages spoken around the globe. But not every language uses every sound. For example, while the Swedish language distinguishes among 16 vowel sounds, English uses only 8 vowel sounds. And Japanese uses just 5. Adults can hear only the sounds used in the language they speak fluently. To a native Japanese speaker, for instance, the letters re and le sound identical. So unlike someone whose native language is English, a Japanese speaker cannot tell row from low or rake from rake. Starting at around 6 months old, Kuhl says a baby's brain focuses on the most common sounds it hears. The children begin responding only to the sounds of the language they hear the most. In a similar way, Gomes up the rules of their native has found slightly older babies start recognizing the patterns that make up the rules of their native language. In English, for example, kids who are about 18 months old start to figure out that words ending in ing or ed are usually verbs, and that verbs are action words. So we finish here the second part of the article. Now who can read? Let us start with the man beside Muhammad Yunus. Yes? Your name? Hassan. Okay, Hassan. So take a listen to your colleague Hassan.
6,000 sounds make up the language spoke around the globe. But not every language uses every sound. For example, while Swedish language dislike more.
Just a minute, stop. While the Swedish language, the word after language, how can you pronounce it?
That's in
On line 39 على سطر 39 the word after language, how can you pronounce it?
Dyson.
Stop. So it is over with you. Let us see your colleagues. So the question for you all, except your colleague Hassan, how can you pronounce the word after language? Yes, lady?
Distinguishes.
Say it loudly.
Distinguishes.
Now to your colleague.
Distinguishes.
Okay, did you hear her? Did you hear her? Again? Tell him again.
Distinguishes.
Cannot hear. Raise your voice, please, if you don't mind.
Distinguishes.
Very good. Again.
Distinguishes.
Okay, now all the group say it loudly. All the group, I said. All the group. All the group. Say it loudly, all the group. Distinguishes. Okay, so now all the group say it loudly. Okay, thank you very much. Continue.
Between vowel sound English use it only I. They use it in the language they speak plenty to native Japanese
Thank you very much. The lady beside you, please continue, if you don't mind. Continue us.
Just five adults can hear only the sounds used the language they speak to native Japanese speakers for instance the letters R and L sounds and they so and call someone
So what was the word after? So how can you pronounce it?
online.
Give her a chance, please. Yes.
Online.
Yes, Sama. Allah. Very good. Continue.
Someone whose native language is English, Japanese speakers cannot tell Ru from Lao or Ray from Lao.
Okay, thank you very much, lady. Thank you very much. Good. Let us see others. Amir. Amir, yes. Continue us the last paragraph.
Starting at around 6 months old, the cold says a baby's brain focuses on the most common sounds it hears. Then children begin responding only to the sound of the language they hear that most, in a similar way goes. As found slightly older, babies start recognizing the patterns that make up the rules of their native language. In English, for example, kids who are about 18 months old start to figure out that words ending in ing
Okay, just a minute. Just a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, we have between two quotation marks, ing and ed. So I'm asking about this. Why we have this? Why we have this? Why we have this sign or this mark with those letters? Why? Is there any reason? Is there any reason? I'm asking about this sign. Why we have it? Why we have it? What do you think? What about the others? Let us see Russell. Yes, Russell. Have an idea? Okay, thank you very much. Let us see beside Hussein. Yes? Yes? Lady? Yes, do you have any idea? Why we put them? Yes? Why? Why we have them within those letters? Okay, okay, thank you very much. Let us see, yes, Ruqayya? Daniel, yes?
Because you have a word
After it or? Okay, okay, thank you very much. Yes, Amir?
I and JP, they always come at the end of the word.
Okay.
So this line means that there is a word before.
Okay, thank you very much and excellent. So it means that they are cut from a word, okay? So if you have the addition at the beginning of the word like ko, or sometimes like ko, like all, like you and like in, we call them prefix. Okay? If the addition comes at the end of the word, just like ed, ing, es, s, est, er, we call them what? Suffix. Excellent. like food, eat, or man, or women, So you see, we have a change in the middle of the word. You see, we have a change in the middle of the word. In this case, we call them infix. Okay? Infix. Okay? Thank you very much. اللي ده يقرأ كمل يس أمير.
Usually verbs are that verbs are more.
Okay, thank you very much. So now take 5 minutes for consultation to give us the general idea of the part number 2 of the article. Okay? Take 5 minutes for the consultation. Take 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes for consultation.